By the way, it just dawned upon me because somebody said it that Tommy Robinson's rally, his
Hmm.
demo, is tomorrow
Ah,
or today by UK time.
1 second. Let's
So
play the video. Go ahead and give an introduction to that, and then we'll watch a little video that he just posted today. Because, yeah. Go ahead and say whatever you want about that. Should people go to Tommy's rally, AP?
absolutely, I think they should absolutely go. I might not agree with everything when it comes to Tommy. I might have
But
had
if he
my
was German, you'd agree with everything. All right, go ahead.
totally. I've had I've had
But if he had the little mustache, yeah, come on, AP.
and I wasn't very sure about him in the past. But however, recent developments really changed things, and I see how genuine Tommy Robinson is and how much he cares about his country and his people. Um, and he organized a major rally, a major demonstration, which will be taking place on June 1st, which by my time right now is
That's tomorrow.
tomorrow, but in the UK is already, yes, that day is going to be soon. So, and he's going to introduce, I think, a film and also new things to talk about, new talking points. And so the major issue that he wants to demonstrate about is two-tier policing in the UK and in London, where people of Muslim backgrounds are treated very differently in comparison to how he is treated or other people like him are treated in the UK. And I think he has a very, very good case and something that needs support. And I would say anyone who is in the vicinity should definitely go and support him, should go and support Tommy Robinson and join him in this rally. But yeah, if you have a clip for that, let's do that.
Yeah, I got a little video that he posted. This doesn't have the details on it, so guys, I would tell you to go to Tommy's Twitter page. It's at T Robinson New Era. But let me get this video clip up. All right, so this is what he posted earlier.
Right, think about this carefully. How much do you despise the mainstream media?
A freaking lot. A really, 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 really big lot. Garbage.
How much do you despise the establishment and those politicians?
Politicians? A lot.
Love-
A lot. You're correct, Tommy. We really, that's interesting. I wonder how many, those are good questions to start off with because, like, probably everyone's like, can't stand those guys.
How much do you want to make them wrong tomorrow? Yeah? They are all waiting. Every journalist, every politician, Mark Rowley, head of the police, they all want us to fail tomorrow. Please don't give them what they want. Let's walk away from tomorrow with a massive success. Let's send them a message, send Europe a message, send the whole world a message that there's a British resistance to the takeover of our nation. We do not want to be minorities in our towns and cities. You've imported hostility and aggression. You've took away the safety of our children. That's what you've done. You've sold out your nation, your people. They don't care about us, yeah? They don't fear us. They're not bothered by us. Mm-hmm. We need to get building. We need to get organised. Please, again, I'm going to stress to you one more time, everyone, yeah? It's not a party.
Yeah, he's pointing out that it's, let's see, not a party. I just want to make sure people can find Tommy. I just want to share the link real quick to his channel. Guys, keep in mind, so I've had problems with YouTube for a long time, to the point where I just get fed up with it and say I would rather just burn a channel to the ground with 700,000 subscribers and start over than deal with them. I have to say, the most trouble, let me say it here, the most trouble YouTube ever gave me, because keep in mind, I won almost all of the strikes I've ever had. So I would say, I mean, I used to get like between 1 and 3 strikes every single month, and my channel would be shut down for that time. I mean, the channel's still up. I can't post anything. I can't do any live streams or something like that while I have an active strike. I would win, you're talking 98% of the strikes, because they're all bogus. I follow the rules. I don't break any YouTube rules. I know what the rules are, and I follow the rules. But you have activists who work for YouTube, and they'll shut your stuff down. Let me go ahead and say here, the biggest problems I've ever had with YouTube were over Tommy Robinson, not over something I'm saying about jihad or something like that. It was me posting something about Tommy. So, for instance, Robert Spencer and I, we did a live stream. This was years ago, but it was when Tommy went outside a court. And all he was doing, he's sitting there reading a BBC article live on camera while the guys who are being tried for one of the grooming gangs are walking in and stuff. And they're walking in. He's going, "Hey, what do you think?" and stuff like that. But he's not giving any new information. From an American perspective, you'd wonder, how is this even an issue? From a British perspective, they do have laws about not saying things that could change the course of a trial and things like that. In the U.S., if you're worried about jurors being influenced by what's going on in the media, you keep the jury separate. You tell them you guys aren't allowed to listen to anything. You guys aren't allowed to listen to news reports and so on. You don't stop the media. You tell the jurors they're not allowed to listen to stuff. In the UK, you actually stop the press. You actually tell the press they're not allowed to talk about this. But it was another example of like the two-tier policing, because they didn't want people talking about the grooming gangs. Why? They didn't want Tommy Robinson talking about the grooming gangs. Why? You know why. You know why. He was saying the root. He was explaining what the root of the problem was. They didn't want that. So he was outside one of the grooming gang trials. Again, people in the U.S., we wouldn't even be able to comprehend how someone could be arrested over just being on a public street and being live streaming and reporting on a trial that's ongoing. He didn't give any new information. He just read a BBC article. Anyway, they locked him up. They locked him up. They found him guilty. I forget what he did. How much time did he serve? Like 18 months or something like that. And it was pointed out no one had ever been more than like fined for doing something like that. Like if you were found guilty of doing something like that, it would be, okay, here's your fine for reporting on a trial that's going on. That's what it would be. And they lock him up in a Muslim majority prison. And when he got out, he looked like he had post PTSD. He looked like he had post-traumatic stress disorder. He looked messed up. That dude he was skinny. He looked really, really messed up. Anyway, when he was locked up originally, when they came and locked him up, we didn't know what the trial was going to be like and stuff at that point, because it just happened. Me and Robert Spencer, we played his video. We played his video of him, and we're like, how are you getting arrested for this? What is going on here? I never won that one. And it didn't matter how many times I went back and forth with YouTube. No, you can't say that here. So think about that. That was like questioning the British government's and the British press's treatment of Tommy Robinson was a bigger issue for YouTube than anything else I ever did. And that's like crazy, because I was doing like Quranagami and stuff like this. I'm making stuff out of Qurans and stuff. And the sin of all sins, the unpardonable sin on YouTube, is talking about Tommy Robinson. So keep in mind, this is a bit dangerous ground here, even talking about this stuff as far as YouTube is concerned. You know what? Screw you, YouTube, if you have a problem with it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Tommy. I mean, all those years. So he was the English Defense League for a while. And I was like, AP, you don't know exactly what to think about someone, because you can have someone saying, hey, we don't like these guys here. And it could just be a bunch of racists who don't like brown people. It could be like that. That's what they always say about you. But it might be just, what is up with, you're bringing in these guys and you're not even vetting anyone. And then they're going and doing all this stuff to these little girls, and you don't stop them. Instead, you defend them and attack us for reporting on it. This is insane. You guys have no business being in charge of a country. You lunatics, you journalists. If this is how you deal with these kinds of stories, you attack us and defend these guys who, given what they're doing, this is insane. This is nuts, right? And you look at him, and this is a guy that the entire British government, the entire British legal system, the entire all the journalists, the educators, the entertainers, apart from some people, the people who are on his side, everyone in any position of power has tried to break this guy, and he's still here. And whether you disagree with him on this point or that point, you got to respect that. You got to respect that. And so, if you're in a position to support Tommy, definitely do that. Definitely do that.
Also very important because together with Tommy Robinson's huge demonstration tomorrow, which will probably be massive, there is a counter protest happening where a leftist movement in the UK, I think they're called Stop Racism something, and they are getting together with a Muslim Association of Britain, and so socialists and Muslims are walking together to do a counter
As they
protest
should.
in response to Tommy Robinson's major demonstration. And there is just a lot of concern. The police made public statements. The Met Police UK made public statements saying that that they will be there, and this will be a very big event where they will make sure to watch and provide security as to their best abilities. However, that they are taking many precautions because it is very likely that things could escalate, and they are asking everyone to be peaceful and nonviolent and abide by it. Tommy Robinson himself also repeatedly said that that he urges everyone to be as nonviolent, as peaceful, and as diplomatic as possible, and that we are not there to mess things up and to fight anybody, but just to voice our opinion. But there are organizations and people in the UK taunting him and threatening and saying this is the chance to crush these fascists and things like that, because somebody who stands up for their country now and says enough with all this free immigration stuff apparently is a fascist. So this is going on. It is very important. It's going to be happening within less than 24 hours. And I would just suggest anyone who wants to support, go and support. Stay safe, however, and we should all be closely following it, and I'll be commenting on it tomorrow.
Yeah, guys, and as AP was pointing out, there are people watching. Tommy's very clear. He doesn't want people out there fighting and stuff. What is he doing? He's trying to expose the media. That's why he started off with that. Can we all agree the media is straight up garbage and politicians are totally screwing people over and so on? Yeah, that should be, everyone should be on the same page about that stuff. What would politicians and the media absolutely love is for people to start swinging. That's what they love. You say, you see, they're all violent thugs out here. They're all violent thugs. So they need that kind of reaction they need that kind of reaction. They want that kind of reaction so that they can marginalize a message that, who doesn't agree? Look at the polls on what British people in general think of their media. I think it's like the lowest in the world. I think if I recall, I think it's among the lowest in the world, like their respect for their media, their confidence in their media and so on. So he's exposing them from being a bunch of lying cowards. And so, yeah, they're going to want to discredit. Their goal is not to answer him and their goal definitely isn't to become better journalists. They don't want to do that. What are they left with? They have to discredit him. And so nobody start swinging at all. Nobody do anything stupid. If you see matter of fact, I think he says that in the video. I think he says, hey, if you see someone getting out of line, confront them. Let's go ahead and let him finish up here.
Have a celebration. It's a chance for us to celebrate who we are. We're not going to feel ashamed. Keep saying that our English pride we will never hide, yeah? And for too long, people have been made to feel ashamed of who they are. Not tomorrow in London. The jihadists have had their 6 months. Tomorrow it's our day, and it's the first day. Let's not ruin it, okay? There's a vision, there's lots of people talking, we need this. All of us get upset, we get frustrated, we get scared, we get worried when we see what they've done to our towns and cities, up and down this country, yeah? Don't let them win. Don't let them win. Don't give them that satisfaction. Don't give them that moment. Lads, if one of your boys is stepping out of line, put him in line. Please, right? If someone's drinking too much, have a word with them. Yeah? Let's act respectfully, responsibly, and let's send them a powerful message.
Oh, I thought he was done. Has it got like 1 second left?
I'll wait to see you all in London.
All right. So, guys, interesting situation. It's an interesting situation where if you're really anywhere in the world and you are asked who's Tommy Robinson, if you haven't been listening to actual Tommy Robinson and you've been listening to what the media says about him, you probably think he's a racist scumbag, right? If you listen to what he actually says, doesn't sound like that at all. Doesn't sound like that at all. And so you look and say, okay, well, the media's a bunch of garbage here. But guys, my goodness, what a warrior! What a warrior you've got here. I mean, I don't toss around praise very much, but I mean, this guy's going to be like legend status for a long time. Assuming the British people ultimately win against their massively corrupt leaders and so on, Tommy's going to go down in history as like one guy who was standing with a handful of people against everyone in every position of power trying to crush and destroy him, and never broke. They tried to break him. Sometimes he looked like he was starting to crack, and he would just come back. Yeah, guys, man, if you're in Great Britain and you have the ability to get behind someone like Tommy, you need to do that. You don't want to spend the rest of your life saying, "Gosh, why did I sit back and do nothing? Why did I sit back and do nothing?"